Maya Chen's hands were trembling when she pressed her lips against Kim Taehyun's mouth. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was hired to coordinate this wedding, not destroy it. But when she caught his bride sneaking photos of another man's messages, the same messages that had been lighting up her screen all week, Maya's instincts took over. She grabbed the groom's face right there in front of the officiant and kissed him like the building was on fire. Because his life was about to burn down anyway. Before I tell you what happened next, take a breath. What followed shocked everyone in that room. Music. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from, and let's continue. The venue erupted into chaos. 250 guests jumped to their feet. Sora's crimson lips parted in a scream sharp enough to crack the crystal chandeliers. Taehyun's hands, the same hands that commanded boardrooms and signed contracts worth billions, hung frozen at his sides. He wasn't returning the kiss, but he wasn't stopping it either. Maya pulled back, her brown skin flushed hot. Your bride has been messaging her actual boyfriend all week. His number is saved under trainer in her contacts. Check it yourself. Taehyun's dark eyes turned to black stone. Who the hell are you? The wedding planner you contracted 4 months ago. Maya's voice held steady even though her knees wanted to buckle. She'd just kissed Korea's most powerful tech CEO in front of the country's elite. And I just stopped you from destroying your life. Sora lunged forward, her silk gown flowing like a war banner. You're psychotic, Taehyun. She's been obsessed with you since we started planning. Ignore her. Taehyun raised a single finger. The entire room went silent. That's real authority. When one gesture can freeze hundreds of Korea's wealthiest people mid-breath. He turned to face his bride. Give me your phone, Sora. Now. The color drained from Sora's flawless face. She gripped her bouquet tighter, phone hidden inside. This is our wedding day. You're going to ruin it over this crazy woman's lies? Taehyun moved with precision. 3 steps and he had the flowers. 5 seconds and he had the phone. The screen illuminated his sharp features. He typed something in. His expression didn't change, but something behind his eyes died and reformed into ice. Lee Junho. My VP of Operations. My friend since business school. His voice could have cut glass. You've been sleeping with him for 7 months. Sora reached for his arm. Baby, please, it didn't mean anything. There are videos, Sora. Taehyun's jaw tightened. In my apartment. In my bed. While I was in Singapore negotiating the merger that would have made you a billionaire's wife. He gestured to his groomsmen. Remove her. Security will return the ring to her family. Taehyun, don't do this. But he was already walking toward Maya. The crowd separated like she was magnetic north and they were compelled to move. He stopped close enough that she could count his eyelashes. Close enough to smell his cologne, something dark and expensive that probably cost more than her entire wardrobe. You knew, he said. Not a question, a statement. I saw the messages 2 days ago when she left her phone in the preparation room. I tried warning your assistant, your secretary, even your mother. So you decided to kiss me in front of everyone. Maya lifted her chin, meeting his gaze. Words weren't working. I figured action might. Something flickered across his features. Interest, maybe. Amusement. You just became Seoul's most controversial woman. My family will come for you. The press will eviscerate you. Everything you knew about your life ended when your mouth touched mine. He stepped closer. Tell me it was worth it. Her pulse hammered in her throat, but she didn't look away. Ask me that again when you're not about to marry someone who had a divorce lawyer on retainer before the engagement. Taehyun's eyes narrowed. Explain. I'm excellent at my job, which includes noticing legal documents people leave in plain sight. For 5 seconds, nothing happened. Then Taehyun laughed. Not some polite corporate chuckle, but genuine laughter that transformed his entire face. What's your name? You employed me. You should remember. I employ hundreds of people. He pulled out his phone, typed rapidly. My assistant will confirm in 5 seconds, but I want to hear it from your mouth. Maya Chin. Maya Chin, he repeated, testing how her name sounded. You're American. Born in Detroit, moved here 6 years ago for work. Wedding planner and probably unemployed now. Taehyun's phone buzzed. He glanced down, then back at her, something unreadable crossing his face. You're not fired. You're being promoted. To what? My wife. The chapel exploded with noise again, louder this time. Maya's entire world tilted off its axis. I'm sorry, what? Taehyun was already typing another message. My grandmother is 86 years old. She's been planning this wedding for 18 months. She has a weak heart. If I walk out of here unmarried today, the shock might kill her. I need a bride. He looked up. You just volunteered. I absolutely did not volunteer for that. Every person here just watched you kiss me. The media has footage already. By tonight, you'll be Korea's most infamous woman. You have 2 options. Face that storm alone and watch everything you built crumble, or marry me now and at least have my resources protecting you. His gaze locked on hers. Decide quickly. My grandmother is in the front row and her color doesn't look good. Would you marry a complete stranger just to save your reputation? Think about that for a second. Maya's mind was racing. This was absolute insanity. This was 45 seconds, Taehyun said. 4,443. She looked past him at the crowd. Phones were out everywhere. Camera flashes popped like lightning strikes. An elderly woman in the front row was being attended to by 4 people, looking pale. Taehyun's grandmother. If I agree to this, Maya said carefully, I want a contract. A real legal contract with specific terms. Taehyun's smile wasn't warm. Done. 25 seconds. I want complete autonomy over any business ventures I pursue. Separate living spaces. This stays purely professional. 15 seconds. And when I want out after 1 year, I leave cleanly. No scandal, no reputation destruction, no revenge. No. Taehyun grabbed her hand. His touch sent electricity shooting up her arm. Deal, but we renegotiate the timeline. Now say yes before my grandmother collapses. Maya stared at his hand holding hers. Strong fingers, no ring yet. She looked at his face. Sharp jawline, eyes that seemed to see straight through lies. She looked at the chaos surrounding them, the destroyed wedding, the stunned guests, the future she'd just detonated with one reckless kiss. Most people think bravery means having no fear. That's wrong. It's being absolutely terrified and doing it regardless. Yes, she whispered. Taehyun pulled her toward the altar. The officiant looked like he'd aged 20 years in 20 minutes. We're continuing, Taehyun announced to the room. Same ceremony, different bride. The crowd lost all composure. Taehyun's mother stood up, face white with rage. Taehyun, this is absolutely, he cut her off. Sit down, mother. His voice was silk wrapped around steel. Or leave. Your decision. His mother sat down. The ceremony blurred past. Words Maya didn't process. A ring that materialized on her finger, Sora's ring still warm from another woman's hand. Taehyun's lips on hers for the second time that day, but this kiss was cold, calculated. Nothing like the desperate kiss she'd given him earlier. When they separated, he whispered against her ear. You have absolutely no idea what you just walked into. A chill ran down her spine. She should be terrified. But instead, all she felt was intensely, vividly alive. The reception was brutal. Taehyun's family circled like predators scenting blood. His mother cornered her near the champagne tower. You think you're clever, don't you? You think this arrangement will last? Her English was flawless, her contempt sharper. He'll be done with you in 2 months, maybe less. American girls like you are just. Taehyun appeared at Maya's side. Walk away, mother. Now. His mother's eyes flashed dangerously. We're not finished with this conversation. Yes, you are. Taehyun's hand settled on Maya's lower back. The touch was light but unmistakably possessive. My wife is exhausted. We're leaving. He guided her through the crowd without waiting for any response. His hand never moved from her back. Guests whispered as they passed. Maya caught fragments. Unbelievable. So shameless. Stunning, though. Strange choice. The car waiting outside was obscene. Maya didn't know cars could look like that. Sleek black lines, interior that smelled like leather and money. Taehyun slid in beside her. The door closed, sealing them into silence. Where are we going? Maya asked. My penthouse. Taehyun loosened his tie. That's your home now. I have an apartment and a lease. I'm having your belongings moved tonight. Maya's stomach dropped. You can't just I can and I did. He pulled out his phone, began scrolling through messages. We need to establish boundaries immediately. First, in public, you're my devoted wife. Smile when appropriate. Touch me when cameras are present. Make everyone believe this is genuine. And in private? Maya asked. Taehyun's eyes met hers. In private, we're strangers who made a business arrangement. You stay in your space, I stay in mine. Separate bedrooms like you requested. Already arranged. What about Maya hesitated? What about Junho? Your friend who Taehyun's expression went arctic. Not your concern. But his knuckles went white around his phone. The screen cracked slightly under the pressure. He didn't seem to notice. The penthouse was everything Maya expected and worse. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking Seoul's glittering skyline. Furniture that belonged in art galleries. Silence so complete she could hear her own heartbeat echoing. Your bedroom is down that hallway, Taehyun said, removing his jacket. Security codes are in the packet on your bed. Don't lose them. Don't share them. Don't act like I need permission to breathe. Maya snapped. The day crashed over her like a wave. Listen, I understand you're upset about Sora, but I'm not your enemy here. Taehyun turned slowly. No, you're something more problematic. Which is? He crossed the distance between them in 3 strides. Suddenly he was close again. Too close. His eyes searched her face like he was trying to solve an equation. You're the variable I didn't account for. The chaos I can't predict or control. I built my entire empire on control, Maya-chan. And with one kiss, you shattered it completely. I saved your life. Did you? His voice dropped lower. Or did you trap us both in something worse? Before she could respond, his phone exploded with notifications. He glanced at the screen. Something shifted in his expression. The media has the story. We're trending globally. He showed her his phone. The headline made her blood freeze. Tech billionaire Kim Taehyun abandons bride at altar for mysterious black woman. Wedding scandal breaks the internet. Below it, photos. Her kissing him. Him kissing her. Them at the altar. Her face crystal clear, about to be torn apart by millions of strangers. This is just the beginning, Taehyun said quietly. He walked away, leaving her standing alone in the massive penthouse, the ring heavy on her finger, wondering what the hell she'd just done. But then his bedroom door closed and she heard it. Just for a moment. A sound like something breaking. She looked down at the cracked phone he'd left on the marble counter. The screen still displayed messages. One caught her attention. From Junho. Congratulations, brother. Guess you finally found out. Don't worry, I'll take excellent care of what used to be yours. Maya's hands clenched into fists. That's not guilt. That's a man still playing games with his best friend's life. She picked up the phone, typed back using Taehyun's account. Try it. See what happens. Sent. Then she walked to her new bedroom, closed the door, and finally allowed herself to feel the crushing weight of what she'd done. She'd just married a man she didn't know to save him from a woman he'd loved. And now she was trapped in a golden cage with a broken billionaire who looked at her like she was either his salvation or his complete destruction. The terrifying part? She couldn't tell which one she wanted to be. Maya woke to silence. Not peaceful silence. The kind that happens when someone's deliberately trying not to make noise. She pulled on a robe, silk and expensive and definitely not hers, and followed the sound of controlled breathing to the kitchen. Taehyun stood by the window wearing a black suit, already dressed like he was heading into battle. At 5:30 in the morning, a tablet glowed in his hand. His other hand gripped a coffee mug hard enough to leave marks in the ceramic. "You're awake early," she said. He didn't turn around. "I rarely sleep." "Insomnia or planning?" He swiped through something on the screen. "Your face is everywhere. 31 countries, 56 million views. The internet is extremely interested in the black woman who stole Korea's most eligible bachelor at the altar." "I didn't steal anyone. Doesn't matter what's true. Matters what they believe." He finally looked at her. His eyes were hollow, exhausted. "My lawyers are preparing response statements. You'll need to review them. Then you'll need to appear at a press conference with me this afternoon." "A press conference?" "To announce that our marriage was planned. That Sora was the interloper. That we've been secretly involved for months." He said it like he was reading financial reports. "The narrative needs to shift immediately." Maya's head spun. "Taehyun, my enemies are circling already. Junho is telling investors I'm emotionally unstable, unfit to lead the company. The board meets in 4 days. If I can't demonstrate stability, they'll vote me out." He set down the mug carefully. "You wanted to help me yesterday. Here's your chance to finish what you started." "By lying to the entire world?" "By playing the role you agreed to." His gaze pinned her in place. "Unless you want to back out now, I can have annulment papers drafted within an hour. You walk away. I handle this alone." He said it casually, but she saw the tension radiating through his shoulders. The way his jaw worked like he was chewing glass. Most people think billionaires have easy lives. They don't. They just have bigger, more expensive problems. "I'm not backing out," Maya said. Something flickered in his eyes. "Why not?" "Because you mentioned your grandmother has a heart condition. Because Sora deserves to be exposed. Because she stopped herself. Because when you kissed me back at that altar, you looked like a man drowning, and I don't walk away from drowning people." She didn't say that last part out loud. Taehyun studied her for a long moment. "The press conference is at 1 o'clock. My stylist arrives at 11 o'clock. Wear exactly what she brings. Say precisely what I tell you to say. Smile when I touch you." He moved toward the door, then paused. "And Maya, don't make me regret this more than I already do." The door clicked shut behind him. Maya stood alone in the enormous kitchen, surrounded by marble and steel and cold morning light filtering through windows. Her phone, her actual phone, not whatever corporate device Taehyun's team had provided, buzzed with messages. Her mom, her best friend, her former boss, all saying variations of the same thing. "What the hell did you do?" She didn't have an answer yet. The press conference was an execution disguised as entertainment. 150 reporters packed into the conference room of Taehyun's headquarters, cameras everywhere, lights flashing like weapons fire. Taehyun sat beside her at a long table, his hand resting over hers. His touch was warm. His expression was frozen. "We'll take 6 questions," Taehyun announced. His English was perfect, American accented, precise. "Choose them carefully." A reporter stood up. "Mr. Kim, why did you replace your bride at the altar? Was this premeditated?" Taehyun's thumb stroked Maya's hand. To anyone watching, it looked tender. She felt the tension vibrating through him like electricity. "Maya and I have been in a relationship for 9 months. We kept it private due to her position with my company. Yesterday, circumstances forced us to reveal our relationship earlier than we'd planned." "What circumstances specifically?" "My former fiancé's ongoing affair with my vice president of operations." Taehyun's voice didn't rise, but the temperature in the room dropped 10 degrees. "I have substantial evidence. I'll be sharing it with the relevant authorities." "Next question." Another reporter stood. "Miss Chin, did you kiss Mr. Kim to sabotage his wedding?" Every eye in the room turned to her. Maya felt Taehyun's hand tighten on hers. A warning. She smiled. I kissed the man I love to prevent him from making a catastrophic mistake. If that's sabotage, then I'm guilty as charged. Would you kiss someone in front of hundreds of people to save them from disaster? Really consider that. The room erupted into chaos. More questions came rapid fire. Taehyun handled them like he was born for this, deflecting, redirecting, never showing a single crack. He was magnificent and completely hollow inside. When it ended, he guided her out through a back exit. His hand stayed on her lower back until the elevator doors sealed shut. Then he dropped the touch like she'd burned him. You performed well, he said, staring at the ascending numbers. You're skilled at deception. It's not deception when you control the narrative. The elevator opened into an underground garage. The same black car waited, but this time Taehyun's expression was different. Focused and dangerous. We have one more stop to make. Where? To confront the man who tried to destroy me. Junho's office was all glass and ego. Everything visible, nothing genuine. He stood when they entered, smile plastic and fake. Taehyun, congratulations on your wedding. Or should I say weddings, plural? Taehyun didn't sit down. You thought you were clever. Sleeping with my fiancé, conspiring with my board members, shorting my stock before the wedding to profit from the chaos you created. Junho's smile faltered. I don't know what I have recordings. Taehyun pulled out a small device, pressed play. Junho's voice filled the room. When Taehyun falls apart tomorrow, we execute the plan. By controlling shares while he's distracted. By next month, the company belongs to us. The blood drained completely from Junho's face. I've already frozen your assets, Taehyun continued calmly. Seized your shares. Reported your insider trading to the Financial Services Commission. By tomorrow, you'll be under formal investigation. By next month, you'll be in prison. He leaned forward slightly. You didn't take what was mine. You never could have. Junho lunged. Taehyun caught his wrist mid-swing, twisted hard. Junho hit the floor with a heavy thud. Maya's heart hammered. She should intervene. Should stop this. But she didn't move. Taehyun looked down at his former friend with cold eyes. One more thing. Sora is testifying against you. Turns out loyalty has a price, and yours wasn't high enough to buy hers. He released him. We're done here. In the car, Maya finally spoke. You knew before yesterday. You knew they were planning this. I suspected. So why go through with the wedding at all? Taehyun looked at her. Really looked. Because I needed concrete proof. I needed them to commit fully to their plan. He stopped. I needed to see if anyone would try to stop me from making a mistake. Understanding hit her. You were testing everyone. Everyone. My family, my friends, my fiancé. His eyes held hers. You were the only one who tried to save me. Why would you do that? Maya's breath caught. Because you looked sad standing at that altar, waiting for a woman who didn't love you. She stopped. You looked like someone who'd forgotten what it feels like to be chosen for yourself. The silence that followed could have shattered diamonds. Taehyun reached out. His hand cupped her cheek. The touch was gentle, nothing like the calculating CEO from this morning. What am I supposed to do with you, Maya-chan? I don't know, she whispered. What are you supposed to do with someone who wasn't supposed to matter? His thumb traced her bottom lip slowly. Tell me you didn't mean it. The kiss yesterday. Tell me it was just to stop the wedding ceremony. She should lie. Should maintain the professional distance they'd agreed on. But Maya had never been good at lying to herself. I meant it, she said. Every second of it. Taehyun kissed her. Not like yesterday. Not calculated or cold or for cameras. This kiss was desperation and relief and something raw that tasted like truth. His hand tangled in her hair. Her fingers gripped his shirt. The car moved through Seoul traffic and they kissed like the world was ending around them. When they broke apart, both breathing hard, Taehyun rested his forehead against hers. This complicates everything we agreed to. Good, Maya said. I hate simple things anyway. He laughed. Actually laughed. My family will never accept this. Your family can learn to adjust. The media will tear us apart piece by piece. Let them try. Maya, he started to protest. She kissed him again, softer this time. Be quiet and let someone choose you for once in your life. Taehyun's eyes closed. When he opened them, something fundamental had shifted. The ice had cracked. 1 year. That's what you wanted in the contract originally. I lied about that. How long do you actually want? She smiled. How long do you have? His answer was another kiss. But then his phone rang. He glanced at it and his entire body went rigid. It's the hospital. My grandmother. He didn't finish. Didn't need to. The hospital room was too white, too quiet, too final. Taehyun's grandmother looked small against the pillows, but her eyes were razor-sharp when they landed on Maya. So you're the girl who kissed my grandson in front of God and everyone in Seoul. Maya bowed respectfully. Yes, Halmiani. The old woman studied her carefully. Come here. Closer. Maya approached. Taehyun stayed by the door, jaw tight with tension. His grandmother reached out, took Maya's hand in both of hers. Her skin was paper thin. Her grip was iron. Do you love him? Maya opened her mouth, closed it. Truth or comfortable lie? I don't know yet, she said finally. But I want the chance to find out. The grandmother laughed. It turned into a cough. Taehyun moved forward instinctively, but she waved him off. Honesty. How refreshing in this family. She looked at her grandson. I like her very much. Don't ruin this. Halmiani, I'm dying, Taehyun. I can say whatever I want. She squeezed Maya's hand tighter. He's going to push you away. He pushes everyone away. It's how he's learned to survive in this world. Her eyes softened. Don't let him do it. Maya's throat tightened. I won't. Good girl. The old woman released her hand, settled back into the pillows. Now leave. I'm tired of being inspiring. It's exhausting. Outside the room, Taehyun pressed his palms flat against the wall. His shoulders shook once, twice. Maya touched his back gently. Taehyun. Don't. His voice cracked. Don't be kind to me right now. I can't handle it. She wrapped her arms around him from behind, held tight, felt him break. He didn't make a sound, but she felt the tremors, felt years of control shattering, and she held tighter. When he finally turned around, his eyes were red. She's all I have left. My father's dead. My mother hates me. Halmiani, is she still here right now? Maya said. And so am I. Taehyun kissed her forehead, then her cheeks, then her mouth, soft and desperate and terrified. You're going to ruin me completely. Or save you. Same thing. For weeks later, they buried her. The funeral was massive and public. The grief was intimate and private. Maya stood beside Taehyun through all of it, his hand never leaving hers. That night in the penthouse, he finally came to her room. I don't want separate bedrooms anymore, he said from the doorway. Maya set down her book. Okay. I don't want this to be purely professional. Okay. I don't want you to leave after 1 year. She stood, cross to him. I never actually planned to. Taehyun pulled her close. Why are you here, Maya? Really, why? She thought about the contract, the chaos, the kiss that started everything. She thought about this broken, brilliant man who'd built walls so high he'd forgotten what it felt like to be seen. Because someone had to choose you, she said simply. And I'm selfish. I want to keep choosing you every single day until you believe you're worth choosing. Taehyun's eyes closed. When he opened them, they were wet. You just married the most complicated man in Seoul. Good thing I like complicated puzzles. He kissed her deeply. And this time when they broke apart, he smiled. Really, genuinely smiled. Move in with me properly. Not just your things. You. I'm already here. No. Be here with me. As my wife. My real wife. Naomi's heart hammered. Taehyun, I know it's fast. I know it's insane. But the day you kissed me, you gave me something I'd stopped believing existed. His thumb brushed her cheek. Hope that maybe I could be chosen, Not for my money or my name or my company. Just chosen. She kissed him softly. Ask me. Ask you what? You know what? Taehyun dropped to one knee, pulled out a small box. Inside was a ring. Not Sora's ring. Something new, something real. A simple band with a single sapphire. Maya-chan, will you marry me again? For real this time? She laughed through tears. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Always yes. He slipped the ring on her finger, pulled her down, kissed her like she was oxygen itself. And in that moment, Maya understood something fundamental. Sometimes you save someone by complete accident. Sometimes you fall in love in the wreckage and ruins. Sometimes the best stories start with the wrong kiss at exactly the right time. 7 months later, Taehyun announced his resignation as CEO. The media lost their minds completely. But Maya knew the truth. She saw it in the way he smiled now, the way he laughed freely, the way he'd wake up and reach for her first, work second. I'm starting something new, he told her over breakfast one morning. A foundation for kids who grew up like I did. Pressured, groomed for empire, never allowed to just be human. That's beautiful. It was your idea initially. I mentioned it once in passing. You changed my entire life with one kiss, Maya. You think I don't listen to every single word you say? He pulled her into his lap. I'm going to spend the rest of my life proving you didn't make a mistake choosing me. You're not a mistake, she said, touching his face. You never were. I love you. I know you do. Say it back. She grinned. Make me. He did. And somewhere in Seoul, in a hospital room that no longer held her, Taehyun's grandmother smiled from wherever she was. Because here's the thing about love. It doesn't always look like fairy tales. Sometimes it looks like a woman who kisses a man at the altar to stop him from destroying himself. Sometimes it looks like a CEO who learns to choose happiness over control. Sometimes it looks like two people who weren't supposed to fit, building something beautiful from broken pieces. Maya-chan didn't just kiss a CEO on his wedding day. She freed him from a cage he didn't know he was in. And in freeing him, she freed herself. The rest? That was just the beginning of their story. The envelope arrived on a Wednesday. Maya found it wedged under their penthouse door. Her name written in handwriting she didn't recognize. No return address, just thick cream paper that felt expensive between her fingers. She opened it carefully. Inside, a single photograph. Her and Taehyun kissing at the altar. But the angle was wrong. This wasn't from the wedding footage everyone had seen. This was from behind them. Close. Too close. On the back, written in red ink, I know what you did, and it's going to cost you everything. Her hands shook. Taehyun found her standing frozen in the entryway, the photo clutched against her chest. What's wrong? She showed him. His expression went dark. Not afraid. Dangerous. Someone was at the wedding. Someone who knows something. Knows what? Maya's voice rose. We didn't do anything wrong. Didn't we? Taehyun took the photo, studied it carefully. You kissed me before I could legally marry Sora. Someone could argue you interfered with a legal ceremony. That you caused me financial damage. That's insane. That's Korean law. He pulled out his phone, started dialing. I'm calling my security team immediately. Whoever sent this another envelope slid under the door. They both stared at it. Taehyun opened this one quickly. Inside were bank statements. His accounts, her accounts. Highlighted transactions from the week before the wedding. Money transfers in small amounts. 30,000 won here, 80,000 won there. Except Maya had never made those transfers. What is this? She whispered. Taehyun's jaw clenched. Someone's framing you. Making it look like Sora paid you to sabotage the wedding. But that's not Taehyun, I never know. His hand found hers, squeezed hard. But whoever's doing this is playing a very long game. His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered on speaker. A voice came through, distorted, mechanical. Kim Taehyun. You have 72 hours. For what? To announce your divorce. To publicly denounce Maya Chin as a fraud who manipulated her way into your life. To restore your reputation before I destroy both of you completely. Taehyun's eyes flashed. Who is this? Someone who knows the truth. The real truth about why she kissed you that day. About the deal she made. About everything. The voice laughed, cold and dead. 72 hours or I release everything to the media. Every fabricated bank transfer, every lie, every secret. Your choice. The line went dead. Maya couldn't breathe. Taehyun, I swear to you I believe you. He pulled her close. But we need to find out who's behind this immediately. They worked through the night. Taehyun's security team pulled footage, traced the envelope, analyzed the bank statements forensically. Maya called everyone she knew from the wedding. Coordinators, staff, vendors, anyone who might have seen something unusual. Nothing concrete emerged. By morning, they were exhausted and defeated. Then Taehyun's phone buzzed. His head of security. Sir, we've found something significant. The envelopes were delivered by a courier service, paid for in cash, but their office has security cameras. We got a face. Taehyun pulled up the image on his tablet. Maya's blood turned to ice. That's Minji, she whispered. Sora's younger cousin. She was at the wedding. Memory crashed over her like a wave. She was in the bridal suite the day I saw Sora's phone messages. She saw me looking at them. Taehyun's expression could have cut steel. She's been planning this revenge since the beginning. Why? What does she want from us? Revenge, money, power. Taehyun stood, grabbed his jacket. Doesn't matter. We're ending this right now. They found Minji at a cafe in Gangnam, sitting by the window, sipping coffee like she had all the time in the world. Taehyun slid into the seat across from her. Maya stood behind him, arms crossed. Minji smiled. Right on time. Did you enjoy my gifts? What do you want? Taehyun asked directly. Justice. My cousin loved you genuinely. She made mistakes, yes, but you humiliated her in front of everyone who matters. And this, she gestured at Maya. This woman destroyed everything Sora built. Your cousin was sleeping with my VP of operations, Taehyun said calmly. She destroyed herself. So you replaced her with the help. How progressive and modern of you. Maya felt rage boiling up inside, but Taehyun's hand found hers under the table, studying her. Name your price, Taehyun said. Minji leaned forward. 600 million won and a public apology from both of you. Done. Maya's head snapped toward him. Taehyun, done, he repeated. He pulled out his phone, started typing. I'll transfer it right now. You'll have the apology by tonight. Minji blinked. She'd expected a fight, negotiation. Are you really? Taehyun hit send. Check your account now. She did. Her eyes widened in shock. This is everything you asked for. Taehyun stood calmly. And now you're going to give me something in return. We had a deal already. We do. You keep the money. I keep the evidence. He nodded to Maya. She placed a tablet on the table, pressed play. The video showed Minji in a hotel room, meeting with Junho, planning the blackmail scheme, laughing about ruining Taehyun's reputation. Every word. Every detail. You've been recording me this whole time. Minji's voice shook. Since the moment you sent the first envelope, Taehyun said. I don't lose, Minji. Ever. You wanted money. You have it. But if you ever contact us again, if you ever threaten my wife again, this video goes to every news outlet in Korea. And unlike your fabricated bank statements, this is completely real. Minji's face crumbled. You can't do this. I already have. Taehyun straightened. Enjoy your money. Consider it payment for teaching me a valuable lesson. What lesson? He looked at Maya, smiled genuinely. That some people are worth fighting the entire world for. They walked out hand in hand. Outside, Maya finally exhaled. You just paid her 600 million won like it was nothing. Worth every penny to protect you. Taehyun. He spun, cupped her face with both hands. You kiss me to save me. You think I won't bankrupt myself to save you? His eyes searched hers intensely. I'd burn everything I own if it meant keeping you safe. She kissed him hard. You're completely insane. I'm in love. Same thing. For months later, Maya stood on stage at Taehyun's foundation gala. 600 guests, 15 million won raised, children from all over Korea getting scholarships, therapy, freedom from the pressure that had nearly destroyed Taehyun. This foundation exists because of one person, Maya said into the microphone. A man who learned that power without compassion is just control. That wealth without purpose is just numbers. That love, real love, is choosing someone even when the whole world tells you not to. She looked at Taehyun in the front row. He was crying openly. Not hiding it. Just letting the tears fall freely. A year ago, I kissed this man at his wedding. Everyone thought I was absolutely crazy. Maybe I was. But that kiss saved both of us. She smiled. So to everyone watching who thinks love has to make perfect sense, it doesn't. It just has to be real. The crowd erupted in applause. After, in the car going home, Taehyun pulled her close. You know what I realized today? What? That photograph Minji sent? The one of us kissing at the altar. He pulled it from his pocket. He'd kept it. It's my favorite picture of us. Because it's dramatic? Because it's the moment everything changed forever. The moment someone chose me without knowing if I was worth it. He kissed her forehead softly. You took a chance on a broken man, Maya. You weren't broken. You were just waiting for someone to actually see you. And you did. I did. They drove through Seoul, the city lights painting patterns on their faces. A year ago, Maya had been a wedding coordinator trying to survive. Now she was married to the man she'd saved with an impulsive kiss. But here's what nobody tells you about happy endings. They're not really endings at all. They're beginnings disguised as conclusions. Because the thing about kissing a CEO on his wedding day is this. It doesn't just change one moment. It changes every moment that comes after. Maya learned that love isn't always logical or planned. Sometimes it's a split-second decision that rewrites your entire existence. Sometimes it's kissing a stranger to stop them from making a terrible mistake. Sometimes it's choosing someone before you even know who they really are. And Taehyun? He learned that being chosen feels completely different than being pursued for money or status. That real love doesn't come with contracts or conditions or exit strategies. That the woman who disrupted his perfect wedding gave him something better than perfection. She gave him truth. 8 months later, their daughter was born. They named her Hannah, after the grandmother who told Maya not to let Taehyun push her away. And when their daughter asked years later how they met, Taehyun always told the same story. Your mother crashed my wedding, kissed me in front of everyone, and saved me from the biggest mistake of my life. And then she had the audacity to make me fall completely in love with her. And you, their daughter would ask Maya, what do you say? Maya would smile every time. I say I kissed a sad man at an altar and he kissed me back, and we spent the rest of our lives choosing each other. That's the real ending. Not the drama, not the blackmail, not the scandal. Just two people who met in chaos and built something beautiful from the wreckage. Because that's what love actually is. Choosing someone, being chosen back, and fighting like hell to protect that choice every single day. Maya Chin kissed Kim Taehyun on his wedding day. Best decision she ever made. If you love this story, you'll love what happens next. Click the next video to continue the journey. See you there.